What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Thriller here. We're here for MBA Season 8, week number 6. We are taking on, no, yes, week number 6, taking on Coach Adura. And we are now in win or go home, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1 and 4 right now. We desperately need this win to keep our playoff hopes alive. If we lose, then, well, you're going to see some fun stuff for the rest of the season. But hoping and praying we can walk away with a win, but this is an impossible matchup for us. But we're gonna do everything in our power to be able to win this one. If you guys are excited, like you haven't already, subscribe if you're new, join the crew today because you'll be thrilled with the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's get into this matchup. So we are taking on Coach Adura, who I've gotten a chance to talk with. He's also known as Jumanji in the NBA server. But I've had a chance to talk with him, chat with him. He's super chilled, super cool guy. And I just think he's really cool. He's definitely had a little bit of a rocky season, just like us, but he's a little bit more ahead of us here in terms of the standings. And this is a relatively important game for him too. He definitely wants to make sure he's staying on a good track of winning. Otherwise, he could be in a really big, tough struggle. It's a very important game to both of us here. But you can tell by his team, though, he has definitely got the matchup here. He has Clefable, Excadrill, Mega Manectric, Powdon, Zatu, Greninja, Gastron, Escavalier, Delphox, and Chestnut. Very tough team for me to really kind of counteract and counter build with. In terms of the 6 I am predicting him to bring, I do think the Excadrills, Hippowdon, Mega Manectric, the Greninja, Gastrodon, and the Chestnut make the most sense. Clefable does have some merit to show up in this matchup. I don't know if it's feeling confident enough to be brought, but it also comes down to whether or not he pressures my Metagross to potentially be brought here or not in that regard. So I do think there's a chance for Clefable. And surprisingly enough, Escavalier is kind of one of those, like, he kind of makes sense type of Pokemon as I only have one, like, there's no other answer to I have to it besides a big CD, which is interesting, but it'll be very interesting to see if he thinks he wants to go with that route. It just kind of comes down to that. Um, then Gastrodon makes a ton of sense. Super annoying wall for me. Really hard for me to deal with. Definitely think it's gonna be more of his physically defensive walls. Chestnut making so much sense. It's a really good wall to a lot of things like my Manaphy. It's a good offensive check to Diggersby if you really want to go that route. It's also a good answer to our Tire Brainstorm and Shaman, which is really annoying. Delphox, don't really think it comes. I don't think Delphox is that good of a matchup to me. I don't think it's crazy though if he does bring it, but it'd be a little bit more surprising if he did. Zatu definitely does not come to this matchup whatsoever. So yeah, that's the 6 I'm predicting. Here are the 6 that we are going to be rocking out this week. We're kicking it off here with a mixed defensive but a slightly offensive Shaman here. We are Lead Seed, Air Slash, Seed Flare, and Earth Power. Didn't go with 10 Power Fire for the Scab in case of something else happening. I didn't really think it really matched up that well. But we have Shaman here. Designed to just take hits. Oh, excuse me. Take hits and then just be able to heal up stuff on the back and also just be able to deal things down. Shaman does really well into the matchup and is a fantastic wall to a lot of things on my opponent's team. It was like the number one mon I knew I was bringing this matchup. The next mon I was bringing this matchup was 100% my Manaphy here, and we're rocking out with a Rain Dance, Surf, Tail Glow, and Ice Beam. This set strictly is there to be able to wall out the Sand Core and just be able to sub. And plus, with having this Wakan Berry, in case I do want to make sure I can get rid of Manectric, if I do get a Tail Glow up, I will knock out Manectric, unless it is super HP and Spadef invested, because of the fact that Manectric speed tier can be adjusted in this matchup. But Rain Dance is also really good because it stops any toxic shenanigans and it also boosts my surfs if I don't even have Tail Glow up, which is really great. 116 HP, 148 defense, bold nature, 156 but def. We are mixed defensive with a third death boosted nature though, just to make sure we can take hits for days and then running the rest into special attack. Up next, we got GBL making his debut, Game Boy Luke here. And we're taking a bit of a risky set here. I really went back and forth on a lot of things I wanted to do between Pain Split, Thunderbolts, and stuff like that. But we ended up rocking out with a Will-O-Wisp set here, which I think really does really well into the matchup. As Adora does not have a great Ghost Resist besides Greninja, which is really where the risk of not having a Water type move is going to really be. Not having a Thunderbolt is going to be a really big risk here. But we have Will-O-Wisp, Protect, Hex, and Pain Split. Protect is there to stall sand turns. Pain Split there to get recovery off on things like Fable and Gastrodon. Willow and Hex literally does everything else. We are rocking out mostly physically defensive because this is a really good check to things like the Hippowdon that is not crunched, the Excadrill that we can 1v1 if it's not Mold Breaker, We have Colby Bears who can lift one hit from the Grin, and if for some reason the Grin is potentially physical, we can just get a burn off it, or if we can just get a burn off in general, they could chip it down, would be really nice. Up next, we have Vamos, my Victini, which is kind of bulky but mostly offensive this week. We have Flame Charge, Energy Ball, Blue Flare, and Psychic with 136 HP, 116 into defense, max special attack minus force per depth. We are running no speed because with this Flame Charge boost, we will be faster than everyone on his team. That is super speed invested, and also based on potential speed creeps that we were rolling on with this matchup. So, really think Vamos can do a lot here. Vamos hits insanely hard and puts a lot of offensive pressure on my opponent's team, and I think is going to do a lot. We have Berry, so we guarantee taking one Earthquake from anything, including Stab Earthquake from both the Hippowdon and the Excadrill. Up next, we got Bugs, and this dude is going to potentially be the win con here, or is just going to be the most broken breaker you ever asked for. You look at Adura's team, you look at Diggersby, you look at Earthquake in return, and then you look at the switches. There's none that ever existed ever. This is a soft sand Big Diggersby with max attack, 60 in defense, 60 speed depth, 136 speed. Is designed to outspeed pretty much about everything out there. Did do some counts. It is actually not faster than Scarf Delphox, which I should have maybe made that a thing. So I could have been fine with that, but it's okay. We're fine. But this one literally just does. We have Fire Punch there strictly just for SCAP. Otherwise, I'm just clicking Earthquake plus return every single time. There's no other reason. Now we have Riosar Gardevoir here with sub Hidden Power Fire, Draining Kiss, and Moonblast. No psychic coverage this week. I don't think there was really a need for psychic coverage. I don't think psychic coverage really did anything for us that we really needed in the matchup. But Gardevoir does fantastic here. It's really good offensive breaker. I actually almost didn't bring Gardevoir. I ended up bringing it because if we get past extra drill, we can kind of just be able to do a lot of work here. Now we are Moonblast over Hyper Voice because Hyper Voice will go past Bulletproof, and that will be activated, and we can't touch it. So we have to go Moonblast this match, which really sucks. We are Timid Nature. We are faster than enough to make sure we outspeed majority of the bulk that we went on its pace. 20 HP, one max special attack, and the rest into physically defensive. And with that being said, let's get into this battle. All right, and we're here for the battle, which is going to be post-com, which I know some people are going to feel betrayed, but I just want everyone to know that I was planning and call, and I've noticed I have been doing mostly post comps for some of my battles, if not majority of my battles. And I do apologize. Some of them just because I'm sick or I'm waiting to call with friends and people won't play me. And honestly, sometimes doing the post comps have been better for me. But I will try to go back to doing live comps for you guys. I do promise that that will be a thing for you. And just sometimes maybe when I just get frustrated with the game, I don't really want to discuss the game or talk about the game potentially. So who knows? But actually, wait a minute. Is this week 5 or week 6? No, it's week 6. Okay, I was right. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this matchup here against Adora, though. As you can look at the team he brought, though, he did not bring Sand, which was insane. But he's gonna say to me right here that there's too many Energy Ball users on my team and stuff, and I guess that makes somewhat sense. But I'm really surprised there was no Drill. Drill still could have done a lot of work here in this match, even if he didn't bring it. But he did bring the Clefable, which somewhat made sense with me. Definitely was a fair bring against there. He brought Ascab, which I did kind of expect there was a possibility, but he did bring Delphox, which I was really surprised by. Delphox definitely a wild card here. So that being said, let's get into this battle here. Not that button, this button. So we're gonna lead off with my Gardevoir. He's actually lead off with Ninja here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just click that nice and powerful Moonblast here. And he's actually revealed to be U-turn here, and based off that damage, he is going to be basically offensive Gren. Also, I didn't notice this. Thank you, Adura. This is a perfect name. Those that know the name of this, you know it. If you don't know, make sure you're old enough to know about this. But anyways, I actually know I clicked substitute here, and I looked at the Clefable here, and I now look at this as a specially defensive Clefable, and unfortunately, it had just enough special, no special attack investment, doesn't have enough to break me sub. I go into Machining here to go for a Leech Seed here, as I'm able to take this hit here. I'm gonna go and pop myself some Leech Seed here to get some health. He's gonna go for a Toxic here. Now he's most likely gonna know that I am going to make a switch here. So he's going to go ahead and set up his potential Stealth Rocks here. So this is only Rocker on his team, and he is going to go do that. I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp here. to try to get the hex strats going, but I missed, which is very unfortunate. He's going to get free toxic here. Now, I'm going to switch out my Rotom here just to make sure we can keep using the back. We're going to Manaphy here as he's actually going to Moonlight here, which is really perfect for us. Is now what I'm going to do is I'm going to Rain Dance because I know for a fact he's clicking Toxic. And with that, boom, Hydration. We do not get Toxic. Now I'm going for a Tail Glow. Now you may be asking yourself, why am I clicking Tail Glow even though I know this is unaware? Because if it wasn't unaware, Leech Seed would not be activated. But I'm doing this because this can 1v1 Clap. As you're going to see here, 31% does really well here. But what's really good about this situation now is I'm not going to kill this Clefable, but thanks to Moonlight now, it's not going to recover enough to get enough outside of range, which means now he's forced to pick a sack, and he's going to sack the Clefable, which is huge. But now in comes the Manectric. We are Wakamberry for this specific reason, and thankfully does not click Volt Switch. He clicks Thunderbolt. We don't get parried, and we go to Surf, and we knock out the Manectric, and it's looking really good now. We click Ice Beam here, knock out the Chestnut, which was his physically defensive check. In comes this Escavalier. We are going to click Surf here. He is going to unfortunately live. He does land the Big Horn, which does knock out Manaphy. But now we go into Vamos here, and we click ourselves a Flame Charge. Now I really wish I had Shadow Ball here. But as we're going to find out, he is now a Scarf Delphox, which is actually really bad for us here. Now, I could have doubled out here. I could have done this and that. I go for another Blue Flare, which does a really big type of damage to that Greninja. I go for Energy Ball, seeing if he was going to sack that off, but he does not. He actually goes back to the Delphox. And he's going to click Fire Blast here. Now, he actually told me that and you're going to see in the chat here, he predicted that I was going to switch there, which switching didn't make much sense. What I should have done though is I should have used Gardevoir. I should have used Victini potentially as a sack piece in front of the grid. And sacked Gardevoir because at first when I see Scarf, I didn't think a lot of things through. So when I looked at that, I was thinking to myself like, "Oh my God, what do we do here? What do we do here? What do we do here?" Because here's the thing: if my Diggersby gets an agility up, it wins. And here's the thing as well: it lives a hit from this Delphox, and I should have realized that. And you're gonna see that I am going to potentially throw this game because here's the thing: I thought he was max speed timid with his Delphox. I come to find out that's modest with very little speed investment. So if I went into Diggersby and agility, I just won the game here for but I didn't know that. So yeah, but now he's gonna go and click a third Fire Blast, and we are going to live because we guaranteed did live. We go for the Hex, unfortunately do not get that KO. But now we go to Diggersby. I know I lived this hit, so I'm gonna go for the agility here, and I forget about Blaze. He was not Magician, he was Blaze, which was good for him. I didn't even think about Blaze until it literally happened. He also lands a 4 Fire Blast in a row, which really sucks. Also, shout out to Zodiac, he agrees. Like and subscribe. You should do that today, please. Now he's going to go for his fifth Fire Blast, which now he misses. I'm going to click Dragon Kiss to get some HP recovery. In comes the Greninja, which now fully expects itself to be physical. And now it comes down to Shaman here. Shaman should live any single hit. This is also from when he told me Adamant Greninja, which is insane here. So we should live any ice move. Ice Punch, an Ice Beam if he's mixed, something like that. But he's actually revealed to be Gunk Shot. Shaman lives. Shaman needs to land the C4 for us to win. We land the Seed Flare, and with that, we pick up a massive victory over Adora in such a close endgame. We are definitely in control, and that Delphox, dude, that Delphox really got scary. That Delphox picked up 3 kills on us. And it was really nerve wracking at that moment. I thought Delphox was literally going to win. Our win condition essentially was the fact that he had a miss. Because funny, because with that rocks chip that we did take, we unfortunately were right in range of a Fire Blast, even if it wasn't Blaze range. So Delphox endgame was looking insane. But Shaman clutched it up for us. And man, we finally break the losing streak. We've lost 20 spoilers. We've lost 20 games in a row, it feels like, if not. It's essentially been like that. And we finally lose. Now, I'm going to probably lose another 20, but you know what? I'm going to at least enjoy the fact that we did pick up a win this time, and we can now just sit back, relax, enjoy the win for right now, and just do our best in the next game that we're gonna do. But man, it feels good to be finally on the board, which does mean we're still in playoffs, but we have to win our last two games to make playoffs, though, unfortunately. So, gonna be rough, but at least we have a shot to win it now. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Massive Jesus to Adura. He's a really good dude, and I know he's just getting off of a sickness right now. I know how that feels, so hopefully you feel a lot better, bro. And hopefully we can have another good time to have another good match, man. Because this was honestly a really good one. This was really close. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.